It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And before I start my show, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, subscribing to me, and actually giving me support. Today on The Legends is somebody that we've been planning to do this show for quite a while. And finally, it has landed. And I give to you on The Legends, Meisha Moore. Hey, Meisha.
Hey Tyrone, how are you? It has been a
Uh,
long trip to get
it
to
sure
today.
has. And, she's based from Chicago. And this lady wears a lot of hats. I mean, I really got to talk to her about a certain things, but what I really want to talk about first is about her music. So then we'll get into the other things that she do. Okay. So,
Okay.
Misha, let's talk about your music. How do you actually got started actually singing and tell the viewers.
Um, I've always been singing all of my life. And then, unfortunately, a tragedy occurred in my life in 1999. And I lost my dear friend and sister to a hit and run accident, Leslie Regenet. And as a result of that, I needed somewhere to go, a safe space. And music was my safe space. And so then I started recording and in a non-professional kind of way. And then I think it was maybe 2001 or so. Um, I had sent a tape, a cassette tape, how about that, to a producer, and they wanted me to have a professional studio track. So then I did that. I was introduced to my dear friend and producer to this date, Chris Winters, and Honey West introduced me to him. And we've been tight ever since. And so the first song I actually recorded, because what they wanted me to do jazz, was Good Morning Heartache. And in my new project, Rawsology, it's the actual track that I submitted. The only thing is, it, of course, has been remastered to bring it up to today's sound quality. And that's how I got started.
You sent me a CD about a couple of months ago, and
Yeah, kind of looks like this.
very much. And I
Okay.
really listened to it, and I was like, wow. I was really blown away to the fact because I'm also a Diana Ross fan as well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you actually did some of her stuff, and I gotta say you killed it. You
Yeah,
know,
well, the project is a tribute paying homage to the legend, the icon Diana Ross. So most of the songs on the album are songs that she has previously recorded.
before you actually got into actual singing like house music and contemporary type of music.
Mhm.
Um, what type of jazz songs were you actually singing, and who were your influences as far as jazz artists?
My influences were, of course, Diana Ross. The Lady Sings the Blues soundtrack was one of the most prolific things that brought me into the jazz arena,
Hmm.
along with Phyllis Hyman, Sarah Vaughan, all of the greats, Ella Fitzgerald, you name them. I would listen to them, and I thought they were extraordinary women, including Nancy Wilson.
Hmm. So
So
when
those
did
were
you
my
actually? So when did you actually felt that you had to the need to actually get into the professional field of the craft?
Like I said, it was about 2001, I believe, when I did do the audition, and they did select me, and I played at Chicago Theater, and I got the bite.
You know, let's take it back to your very first performance. What was running through your mind, and how did you feel? And were you nervous? And did you actually have a sense of confidence, or what was going on?
You know, oddly enough, when at Chicago Theater, I had originally stood in line at 8 o'clock in the morning to see the premiere opening of Lady
Wow.
Sings the Blues.
Hmm.
So it had come full circle for me. Here I was, this little skinny kid from Chicago, uh, at the Chicago Theater, and I realized the significance of that. And I did a little monologue. I asked to do a little monologue before um, I started singing because it was important to me, because
Hmm.
it was such a full circle moment. I was scared beyond scared, but doing the monologue gave me a little time to calm down. And then I said, Maestro, please. And we went from there. So it was a fun time. It was scary. It was nervous. It was professional. I had never worked with stage managers and the whole production team.
Hmm.
And so they got me together real quickly. They said, baby, you got to be out here in the wings, not in the makeup mirror. And I managed to do that.
That's a very good sense of accomplishment when you actually go for an audition and you actually beat a lot of people that actually audition with you.
Well, I think
Did
the part that I brought to, I think what I brought was the Dinah Ross thing,
mm,
because I've seen people lip sync and what have you, but nobody, to my knowledge, at that time was
right,
actually singing. Um, and so it was a big leap. It was a big, giant leap. But fortunately, I persevered, and it's been a wonderful journey since that time.
okay. So let's talk about some other tracks on the CD that
Oh, yeah.
actually that you gave to me. Name one of them and let's tell the viewers about it.
Okay. Well, I told you about Good Morning Heartache.
Right.
There's Ain't No Mountain High Enough. You cannot do a justice paying homage to an artist without doing their signature songs. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that was one that I tackled, and when I got in the studio, I'm a I'm a recording artist. I've discovered I come
Right.
alive in the studio because you don't have a lot of time. You can't fumble too much, uh, and so but you can erase and start over. But
Right.
so ain't no mountain was a milestone because I was very nervous. I wanted to see how people would perceive me
Mm-hmm.
because Diana Ross fans are very loyal. And so what happened was I ended up putting out a series over the years of singles
Right.
just to, put my big toe in the water, test the
Mm-hmm.
waters to see how it would be received. Until this day, uh, and I haven't checked recently, but my largest selling track is Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Okay.
And then I went on to do, I wanted to do something off the beaten path. I wanted to do some house tracks.
Right.
And so that would represent her, but me as well. And so then came The Boss. The Boss was very challenging
Mm-hmm.
because of the various notes and what have we.
Right.
But then uh, I had to do background vocals myself, along with my dear friend Chris Winters. And I think there was someone else.
You
It's
know,
been a minute.
would it be wonderful if Valerie Simpson ever heard that your version of it? I think
It would
you
be
haven't tried to.
wonderful if
That you ever tried to reach out to her? You know,
I didn't. I went the high note. I went for Miss Ross.
okay.
I thought that of all the years that I've listened to her music, it would be such a thrill for me just to, if she listened just to one of my songs that pay homage
Okay.
to her.
Well, keep trying. I believe that she might respond one day. I mean,
Oh yeah, I
I
have
don't
some
see why not.
contacts who I
You
don't
know.
either. I think it's it's considered flattery when an artist pays homage and does it well. And I think I did her well.
I believe that I think that she'll be very flattered to hear that somebody's actually following her footsteps of legacy. She's been
Oh yeah,
around for a long time, and for a woman
she's
her
been
age
around.
still actually performing, that's epic.
Yeah, live.
And that's something that we have to actually look at.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break right now, and
Okay.
we're going to listen to some things that you've done. And viewers, I want you to listen to her. She has a CD out right now, and I need you guys to get her information and give her some support with it, and let her know how you guys feel. And I guarantee you guys won't be disappointed. So here she is, Meisha Moore. We'll be right back.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far. Just call my name, and I'll be there in a hurry. On that you can depend, and never worry. If you need me, if you need me, if you need me, call me. 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 Make. I may not be able to express the depth of the love I feel for you, but a writer put it very nicely when he was away from the one he loved. He sat down and he wrote these words. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Turn around. You ain't really down. Playing the games you do. Someday, everything will be alright. Know that different people make the world go round.
Because of you, my dreams are coming true.
You're the sun that erases my rainy day.
Right now, I don't care who's watching.
For whatever the reason there might be. With your love by my side,
The world will be mine. You're the one for me.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And in the House of the Legends, we have the fantastic Meisha Moore. Hey, Meisha.
Hey now, how are you? It's just been, I was just watching that promo and it was just blew me away. The
Thank you.
talent.
Besides besides actually doing music, you have another cause that you're involved with. Actually helping
Yeah, and it
people.
takes up a lot of my time. I'm the director of my official title is Director of Charitable Ministries. I run a food pantry. I service people weekly. I give away clothes. I give away toiletries. Anything I can bag up on, I submit to the community. And my community is very appreciative of the work that I do, and it's very fulfilling to me. And sometimes it takes a priority over my music, and it has because once you get into it, to pull back out because it is so fulfilling when just to see the children's faces. They write me cards and stuff and send me little toys and stuff, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing, you know. I
When
think
did
more
you?
people should
Mhm. Go ahead.
loan themselves to various causes. Go
When
ahead.
did you? When did you find out that you really had this need to actually give back to the community and service them like the way you do? Because
A dear friend of mine, the late Oscar Blakeney, invited me into his program. He said, just stop by, and blah, blah, blah. So I stopped by, and the first go round, it was so emotionally draining because the people had such overwhelming problems that I had to back down because it was just draining me. And so then I took about a year and I went back and I've been at it ever since. When he became ill, he was a double amputee, and he was my hero
okay,
because this man did more than I know men who have two legs. He was
wow,
extraordinary in that sense. He was very independent until his last days. Um, he taught me
hmm
how to touch people. Um, the seeds were there because my parents had were very giving people and had taught me well,
right,
so I knew right from wrong. But he enhanced it, and so then when he passed, I I went on and I carried on. I still have a non for profit organization that was created by, and I'll say this because it's important to the story, a white Catholic nun came here from Minnesota.
hmm
And I thought that was just so wow, because she came from the actual farmland. She had never seen cities and all of that except for maybe
right,
visit on holidays. And then first she passed. And then so I was the last one standing. And God has given me this opportunity and this privilege to serve his people.
hmm
And I enjoy it. I actually enjoy it. Most of the time, people say, "Oh, Misha, we can help you," and sometimes it's easier to do it yourself than to have someone step in, and because then you've got to tell them how you want it done and why they're not doing it right. But I do welcome assistance. So the organization's name is Kelzer, Kelzer Care Center,
hmm
um, and you can Google that. And it's just become an intricate part of my life.
right.
It's what I do.
If
And
people
so I
actually
do
wanted
music.
to, mhm. If people actually want to endorse and actually give to your organization, can you give them the information where they can actually contact you and actually endorse?
Sure. My email is Meisha Moore at live.com. I also can be reached at Kelser, KELZERCARECENTER dot, I'm sorry, at live.com.
So let's
So
get
that's
back
the
to the
email of the
right.
organization.
So let's get back to the music.
Oh, yeah.
And any current events coming up? I know you got a brand new CD out, and what's in the works?
Well, well, the CD is in post production right now. Um, I am shopping for a label that has something that you said, that's a Diana Ross fan or a
Right.
Misha Moore fan. But especially with this particular project, I think for it to be successful, the person has to want to also pay homage to the legend herself.
Right.
So I'm doing that, and I've got some nibbles, and I'm just taking my time on it. But the album is complete. It's ready to go. I sent you the prototype along with a few of my inner circle of friends. They have it, and everybody who has had it, people who didn't know me, have been very complimentary to the project.
Um, I usually ask this question to all my guests because I feel that it's very important, you know, to intensify them, to encourage them, and things of that nature. And through your experiences, can you give the upcoming artists, upcoming artists, some type of encouragement about being in the field and actually putting themselves out there, to be immaculate?
Yeah, I think very good question. I personally, it's a Diana Ross song. I got a Diana Ross song for everything, and it's called "It's Never Too Late." Because people have discouraged me because I'm not 17, I'm not 27, and
Right.
then so on and so forth. But you never give up on your dream. You know, you're going to get more doors slammed on your fingers and in your face than you will. But eventually, someone who will believe in you will come forth and move forward. And sometimes you have to take your time because many
Mm,
young artists thinks it's an overnight thing, especially with all the social media and what have you. But most artists have been around, even those who appear to be an overnight sensation. I was listening to what's this girl's name? Oh God. I was listening to her the other day, and she was telling the story about how people thought she was an overnight sensation. Overnight sensation meant
mm-hmm.
18 years of working the clubs. For me, it was working the Chitlin Circuit here in Chicago.
Right.
And I decided at some point that if
Mm-hmm.
I were going to do it, I was no longer going to do uh, small clubs
Right.
uh, because they trap you. You get caught up in that trap,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you end up doing. So that's for through my music, I've been able to. My biggest demographic is Italy and South Africa,
Okay.
and a little Japan. But they say if you get 1% of Japan, you're in there. Um, so I've tried to, as I told you, slow it down. I've taken my time on this project. This
Right.
project has actually been uh, a couple of decades in the making,
Okay. And that's great.
and I'm still taking my time. I could have got a label like that uh,
Right.
with my talent, but I just decided to take my time on this
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on my show,
one.
and
It's been a long journey, also, but
yes, it
that seems to be
has.
a pattern.
And I
That
am
seems
so
to be a
glad to
pattern
have
in my
you.
life.
I'm so glad
I'm
to
so
have
glad
you.
to be here and to share with you and your
Right.
audience because you have a great audience. I've listened periodically, and
Okay.
I respect what you do. and it's
Thank you.
such a good thing to bring um, seasoned artists
Right. Well,
into.
this is okay. Well, this has been another T Love video production, and my guest Meisha Moore is in the house. I want you guys to go out there, support her, and support her brand, support her ministry, support her period, And you guys stay tuned for another T Love video production, and I thank you guys. Thank you, Meisha.
Thank you, Tyrone, for having me. God bless.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house. It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house. It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.